Welcome to our video covering TD line trading method. This is the final part of this series. In the first part, we discussed about identification of TD points and on how to draw TD lines. In the second part, we covered the entries, targets and stops. In this part, we will be covering few modifications or improvements in TD points, certain qualifiers for executing a trade before confirmation, and a couple of techniques for trading. In case you are watching this part directly, I suggest you watch our part 1 and part 2 of this series. So first, we will be looking at modification or refinements of TD points. As already discussed, there are two types of TD points, namely TD demand and TD supply point. The same is based on chart high or chart low. Mr. Demark suggested a modification while identifying the TD demand or TD supply point. The same is based on the concept of true high or true low instead of chart high or chart low. Accordingly, for a valid TD demand point based on true low, the main low or pivot low must not only be less than the low of candle 1 day ago and the low of candle 1 day after, but the main low must also be lower than the close of 2 days ago. This comparison of main low vis-a-vis close of 2 days ago is called true low. Further, for a valid TD supply point based on true high, the main high or pivot high must not only be higher than the high of candle 1 day ago and high of candle 1 day after, but the main high must also be higher than the close of 2 days ago. This comparison of main high vis-a-vis close of 2 days ago is true high. Generally, this kind of modification is to be made in case of gap ups or gap downs. Let's see the same on the chart. Now I have given numbers to the candles in question for easy identification. Look at the marked candle. You can see that the low of the same is lower than the low of candle before it and the low of the candle after. This low becomes the main low. I have marked the candle as candle number 2. Generally, it will be classified as a TD demand point. But look at the candle 2 days earlier. The same is numbered as -1. You can see that the close of that candle is lower than the low of candle which is numbered as 2. Do note that the comparison is between the low of candle number 2 and the close of candle number -1. So now we are considering true lows instead of chart lows. You can also see a gap up opening after the green candle, that is after candle number -1. In such a scenario, we will not consider the red candle, that is candle number 2, as a TD demand point. Now let's see this concept for a TD supply point with true high instead of chart high. Again, I have given numbers to the candles in question for easy identification. Look at the marked candle. You can see that the high of the same is higher than the high of candle before it and high of candle after. I have marked the same as candle number 2. Generally, it will be classified as a TD supply point. But look at the candle 2 days earlier. The same is numbered as -1. The close of that candle is higher than the high of candle number 2. Do note that the comparison is between the high of candle number 2 and the close of candle number -1. So now we are considering true highs instead of chart highs. You can also see a gap down opening after the red candle, that is after candle number -1. In such a scenario, we will not consider the green candle, that is candle number 2, as a TD supply point. I hope these points are clear. Now let's look at some qualifiers for initiating a trade before confirmation. Normally, we wait for break above and close above the TD line for initiate a long or short entry. Note that the breakout or breakdown of TD supply or TD demand line is confirmed only when the close of day is above or below the TD supply or TD demand line. However, Mr. Demark has provided few qualifiers for entering into a trade before confirmation, that is, before the close of the breakout candle. It is important to note, however, that invalid breakouts do take place, but the same can be reduced with the help of qualifiers. So let's look at the first qualifier. According to the first qualifier, the closing price of the day immediately before an unconfirmed upside breakout should be lower than the previous day's close. Let's see how it looks. Again, I have given numbers to candles for easy identification. Candle 1 is the breakout candle. What we need to do now is compare the close of candle number -1 with the close of candle number -2. In case the close of candle number -1 is lower than the close of candle number -2, the entry will be qualified before confirmation. You can see that the close of candle number -1 is lower than the close of candle number -2. So in this case, the trade is to be taken once the price breaks above the TD supply line during the day. Now let's see how it looks for a TD demand line breakout. Candle 1 is the breakdown candle. What we need to do now is to compare the close of candle number -1 and close of candle number -2. In case the close of candle number -1 is higher than the close of candle number -2, the entry will be qualified before confirmation. You can see that the close of candle number -1 is higher than the close of candle number -2. So in this case, the trade is to be taken once the price breaks below the TD demand line during the day. Now let's look at the second qualifier. This qualifier is pretty simple to understand and use. Generally, I use this qualifier for entering into a trade before confirmation. This qualifier is used in case of gap ups or gap downs. It exhibits a shift in demand or supply. Look at the breakout candle, which is circled in red. You can see that the open of the same was above the TD supply line. It implies that there was significant change in demand and supply dynamics after the previous day's close. In addition to same, you can see that the open of the breakout candle is not only above the TD line, but the same is also above the close of the previous day's candle. So a long trade can now be considered before the confirmation, that is before close of the breakout candle. Now let's look at the gap down trade or second qualifier for a TD demand line breakdown. Look at the breakdown candle, which is circled in red. You can see that the open of the same was below the TD demand line and below the close of previous day's candle. So a short trade can be initiated before the close of breakdown candle. Further, the qualifiers mentioned above are used for daily charts. These qualifiers help to decide whether long or short entries should be considered before confirmation. I generally use the second qualifier, that is qualifier with respect to gap ups or gap downs. I suggest to do your own research on these qualifiers for taking informed decision with respect to entries on unconfirmed candles. Further, it is important to note that these qualifiers are used to make a trading decision before confirmation, that is before close. So even though it reduces false breakouts or breakdowns, it does not eliminate them completely. False breakouts or breakdowns do occur, and therefore it is necessary to employ proper risk management rules before trades are initiated. Now that we have learned about TD points, TD lines, entries, targets, qualifiers, etc., let's look at a couple of trading techniques. The first method is conservative and it helps in forming a bias on the proposed trade. In this method, we identify TD points of higher level, that is level 2 or level 3, etc. Do note that both the TD points selected for drawing the TD line should be of same magnitude or level. On breakout of higher level TD line, wait for the smaller level TD lines to be formed. A trade is to be initiated on the breakout of lower level TD line in direction of the higher level TD line. Let's look the same on the chart. Look at the red line. The same is level 2 TD supply line. Further, I have marked the candle which displays the breakout. After the breakout, I have calculated the targets for the same. Now, we will be looking only at TD supply line breakouts on level 1 TD supply line and will be ignoring the TD demand line breakdowns. So instead of taking trade right away, we should wait for breakout above the lower level TD supply line. Look at the line which is drawn in black. The same is level 1 TD supply line. Now we wait for breakout of level 1 TD supply line. Look at the marked candle. It denotes the breakout. Then we calculate target for level 1 TD supply line breakout. This is simple method of trading with TD lines. It reduces or filters out number of trades because we wait for higher level TD lines breakout. The breakout of higher level TD lines provides the context of the market, and then we can trade only in direction of the trend. In the given example, we will be looking only for long or buy entries till the time the price has not broken out in the opposite direction, that is level 2 TD demand line, or till the time the price objective or targets for the same is not achieved. To trade on basis of this method, do note the following points. The breakout of higher level TD lines will provide the context for the market. Note that entry for level 1 TD supply line breakout is to be made only if the targets of level 1 TD supply line is below the target of the higher level TD supply line. You can see that in this case, the target for level 1 TD supply line was below or well within the target of level 2 TD supply line. Further, in case a breakout of higher level TD supply line has occurred and then an opposite signal is generated, then it is deemed that the market context has changed and one should then start looking at lower level TD demand line breakdowns. This method helps in forming bullish or bearish bias and helps in filtering out the trades. Now let's look at the second method for trading TD lines. Note that this method is not suggested for beginners as it is little risky as compared to first method. In this method, first identify the support or resistance zones as the case may be. I am taking an example of support zone trade. Let's look at the same on chart. You can see that I have marked the support zone. Once support zone is identified, I wait for TD line breakout. Look at the black line. We can see that there is breakout of the same. Now, we have already discussed various methods for calculating targets or price objectives for TD line method in the second part of this video series. However, in this method, I ignore the same and I wait for another TD supply line breakout. Look at another black line. We can see that another breakout of the same has occurred. In this way, instead of closing the positions at the price objective or targets, I trail my stops once the trade starts to go in my favor with partial exist in between. I hope these concepts are clear. Now that we have discussed about TD points and TD lines along with couple of trading methods, let's look into which TD lines are tradable. That is, which TD lines are to be considered for taking a trade. This is the same chart as we discussed previously. In this chart, I have marked all the TD points. We have coded this in TradingView platform. You can search the same in public libraries under indicators tab on the said platform. In all the previous charts we saw right from first part of this series, the charts were clean and only 2 TD points were displayed. This was done for ease of identification and for ease of understanding the concepts. However, in live market, all the TD points will be displayed on the charts. The points appearing on top of the candles are TD supply points and the points appearing below the candles are TD demand points. All these points are level 1 TD points. Now, an important point arises as to whether all these points are to be connected for drawing TD lines. Well, theoretically, even though one might argue that the answer is yes, the same is not at all recommended. So instead of connecting all the TD points, selecting vital pivot points and drawing TD lines based on these points is recommended. You can see from the chart that only vital points are connected for drawing TD lines. Note that the important rule of connecting the current TD point with most recent TD point should be followed at all times. Also do remember that the TD supply line is always downward sloping and a TD demand line is always upward sloping. You can see that I have ignored some of the TD points. Look at the red lines. Though theoretically these are TD lines, it is worth noting that taking trades on basis of breakout of these lines is not recommended. Now look at TD demand lines. You can see the same were connected without considering the vital pivot points. How to classify vital pivots will come with experience. I hope these points are clear. Further, the strategies shared here are basic in nature and feel free to modify the same as per your comfort. For example, Mr. DeMark approach on TD line method was purely on trading on price action. However, TD supply line being a resistance line and TD demand line being a support line, you can add volume on your charts for additional confirmation for breakouts. Also feel free to check this method on different time frames. I would like to conclude here with the most important point. No trading system or strategy is perfect and do fail sometimes. And TD line method is no exception to this rule. A trade executed by following all the rules and qualifiers does not guarantee success. Note that I had an advantage of hindsight in all the charts here. The same was shared for ease of understanding the concept. It should not be construed that all the trades will work out in same manner. I hope you have understood the concepts we have discussed here.